Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm on the floor of my room right now, as you can see. I'm going to do a video that I think a lot of people have been asking from me for a while now, and if you can tell what this particular shelf is right here, then you'll know what that video is. I mean, you'll obviously know because of the title of the video as well, and I assume the sheer length of the video, that I'm going to be showing you guys my entire record collection as of the 10th of May 2025. I'm saying that date because this collection is constantly changing, and I've gotten to the point where I have so many records in here that I want to start organizing them into alphabetical order. And I figured while I do that, I might as well show you guys all the vinyls that I have. So yeah, this video is long, so this is definitely just going to be some second monitor stuff. Some of these vinyls actually I haven't actually listened to, A, because I just haven't gotten around to it, or B, I just want to keep them in their plastics. First things first, what we're going to do is we're going to remove all of the stuff on the cover right here, and then we will get into everything that is inside of there. I'm curious as well to see what I have and what I don't have. And I also have a strange feeling that I'm very much running out of space. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, God, please. Oh, and the last box. Oh, God. That's a lot of vinyls we have to sort out. I have no idea where to start. And again, I've kind of lost track on all these vinyls because some of them I've bought, well, most of them I bought myself. Some of them I've received as gifts from you guys watching this video, as well as friends and whatnot, so I will touch upon those when we get to them. But I guess we got to start somewhere, so let's start with this one. Otoboke Beaver's Itekoma Hits. If you don't know, I've talked about them in videos in the past. Japanese punk band, absolutely insane punk. All-girls punk band, and the cover doesn't look hard, but I mean, the cover does look hard, but the music in it goes even harder than that. Okay, next one. Burial's Untrue. Absolute classic. Dubstep would be nothing that it is today if it wasn't for this album. Really nice. If you love your chill electronic and the origins of dubstep before it became the Wub Wub Wubs and the Skrillexes, check that out. That is an absolutely insane album. These are all kind of recent, but this is Lateralis by Tool. Probably one of the most important metal albums of the 2000s. Tool is one of my favorite bands. I've always wanted this album. I managed to find this, I think I found this in the States, if I remember correctly. And also, it just looks really sick. Look at that. Whoa! But yeah, this was not cheap, but definitely worth it. Oh, this one's got a cool story to it. I did an entire video on this album, but this is New Blue Sun by Andre 3000, his jazz flute album. This is like a special pressing that I believe is only like limited to like the live venues or whatnot. I mean, this isn't what the normal album cover looks like, obviously. But I bought this when I actually went to go see Andre 3000 in Japan play this album live, and it is fucking awesome. Really, really cool new age jazz album. As much as I love, you know, his rapping stuff with the Outcast and whatnot, I do love my jazz as well, so this one is really cool. I think what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to get rid of these boxes because I feel like they take up way more space than otherwise, but we'll figure that out. Okay, this next one is really, really random. Obviously, as you can see, the cover is still on it, and this one's really old. I didn't actually buy this one, I found this one. It's called Disco Sound, Hustle in Discotheque. It's basically this compilation album of disco music. So there's like Van McCoy, the Stylistics, the Soft Tones, Donny Elbert. I found this in a random house. I mean, a random abandoned house that my friend took me to. And he was like, yeah, this is an abandoned house. I bought it recently. I'm going to get rid of all this stuff, so go through it, see what you want. And I found this. Still haven't played it yet, and I got it for free. But hey, apparently it's got some classic disco stuff in it. Alright, let's keep going through all of them. This is Close to the Edge by Yes. In my opinion, one of the best prog rock albums of the 70s. I only got 3 songs, but they're 3 absolute bangers. So if you want your classic prog rock, get that. Okay, next one. This one is one that one of you guys sent to me, actually, and recommended. This is Isis. Oceanic, I believe, is the name of this album. Yes, Oceanic. This is Isis's Oceanic. Don't make the same mistake I did, okay? This band, Isis, has nothing to do with the Isis that you're probably thinking of, okay? It just happens to have the same name. I believe Isis originally, at least this one, is named after, like, a Egyptian god? Some kind of mythological god creature. But yeah, these guys are fucking brutal. I've given it a spin before, and I really, really liked it. But yeah, really, really cool. Somebody gave this to me. Double album. Sick. I definitely need to give this more of a spin. Okay, next one. I think this is the original soundtrack to Arknights? Yeah, this is the original soundtrack to Arknights, like the mobile app. I think this was sent to me by the Arknights people. Yeah, I didn't even know they made vinyls of mobile game soundtracks, but as you can see, it's still in the plastic. I haven't given it a spin, but I used to be obsessed with the Arknights game back in the day, and I remember the soundtrack being pretty good, so I might try and give that a spin. You know what, I'll put game and anime music kind of in its own pile, just so it doesn't get mixed up. Okay, this is another album that was sent to me by a friend. This is Morcheeba's Big Calm. I have, obviously, as you can see, have not opened this yet. This is still in its plastic. I definitely should give this one a spin, though. I believe this is from the 90s, and I only know the name Morcheeba. I haven't actually given any of their stuff a listen, but that might change soon. And here is Surfing MOD by MOD, Mode of Destruction. This is a classic. Oh, I might have to censor that album cover. I'm not too sure. Nah, actually, it's fine. It's only a guy getting his leg bitten off by a shark. You know, that's how surf punk you be, you know? But yeah, I remember listening to this album because my dad was really into this album, and this album cover always stuck in my head. So when I found it at a record shop one day, I was like, hell yeah, I'll buy this. It was really, really cheap as well, so yeah, I grabbed that. Great punk album. Give that a listen. Okay, here is another one that was given to me by the actual people who made it. This is the soundtrack, the original soundtrack to Crosscode, which I guess is a video game? I don't know. I received this quite a while ago, and but apparently it's a glow-in-the-dark vinyl, so that's pretty cool. Okay, a lot of these ones here were given to me by friends or fans, so I'll just quickly go through these because I haven't actually listened to a lot of these yet. This is Into the Secret Land by Sandra. Looks cool. Looks like a kind of 80s new age album. I'll give that a listen eventually, I'm sure. Okay, another one that I think was just given to me by a friend. This is Marty Grobler's Ekgarn nu Terug. I guess this is a German? Maybe? No, Johannesburg. Oh, this is South African, which would probably tell me that this was given to me by a South African fan when I went to the con in South Africa. So, if any South African people watching this know anything about Marty Grobler, then yeah, let me know. Haven't listened to this yet, but hey, South African music, I'm open to listening to that. Oh, I love this album cover. This was also given to me by someone. This is Danny Botha. I believe this is also South African? Probably the same fan that gave me the Marty Grobler vinyl, so I'll give that a listen. Okay, up next. Oh, anime soundtrack. This is the vinyl to the Netflix original anime series Super Crooks, which I remember had a really freaking good soundtrack. I was actually, I think, given like 4 of these for some reason. I gave the 3 away to some other friends who have actually watched Super Crooks because you don't need the same vinyl 4 times, to be honest. Probably going to keep this in the plastic just because it kind of looks dope. And yeah, add that to the anime games soundtrack collection. Alright, let's go back to the stuff that I bought myself. This is Hawkwind's Hall of the Mountain Grill. Hawkwind are a space rock band from the 60s and 70s. This is, I believe, is their 2nd studio album, if I'm not mistaken. Classic stuff. My dad put me onto this kind of stuff. If you love prog rock, space rock, give that a listen. Oh, this is a kind of just a classic LP. Miles Davis's Kind of Blue. This is probably one of the most famous, I guess, jazz albums of all time. This is kind of my first introduction to jazz when I was like 7, 8 years old. My dad absolutely loved this album. It's got classic stuff like So What, Freddie Freeloader, Blue and Green, you know, all your classic jazz stuff. So yeah, Miles Davis. If you love your jazz, you can't not have this in your collection. I believe this one as well was given to me by a friend. This is Talk Talk's It's My Life. This is like kind of when Talk Talk, I believe, was still doing their more like new wave stuff. Before they kind of went a little more, you know, like indie or alt, I guess. But still a good album. Really good album. Also, that album cover is fucking dope. Okay, next. Classic electronic album. Fatboy Slim's You've Come a Long Way, Baby. This is probably one of the most famous Fatboy Slim stuff. All of his classics are on here, like, you know, Rockefeller Skank. What else is on here? Gangster Tripping, Right Here, Right Now. Fucking in Heaven. Some fucking look. I will die by the hill that Fatboy Slim is one of the most influential and best electronic artists and just DJs out there. You can't tell me otherwise. Okay, this one I'm probably gonna have to censor. This one is another one that I believe was given to me by a friend of mine. This is Yuya Uchida and the Flowers Challenge. It says at the back here that it is cosmic rock. So hey, I like Hawkwind, I'm into cosmic rock, so I guess I'm totally into that. Obviously, as you can see, I haven't opened it yet, so I'll eventually get around to it, I'm sure. Another one that was given to me by a friend, this is the Flower Traveling Band. I believe this is a Japanese artist. This album is called Satori. Album cover's really, really cool. So I definitely have to. I'm running to the problem of like I play the same vinyls over and over again. I need to actually listen to these. This one actually looks really dope, so I'm gonna give that a listen for sure. Okay, this one I believe my dad gave to me. Yeah, seeing how battered up this one is, this is definitely an original pressing of Led Zeppelin's The Song Remains the Same soundtrack. This is a live album. Look how battered up this is, dude. I think my dad actually has had this since it was printed. 1976. I think this is an actual 1976 pressing of this album, which, if it wasn't as battered up as it was, would actually be worth a lot of money, because it also has like the booklet inside of all of the pictures and whatnot. So yeah, this one is one of the best live albums in my opinion. Alright, this one is, you know what, I'm just going to take the plastic off of this, because we all know this one. This is the Black Album by Metallica. Arguably one of the most famous metal albums of all time. Basically put metal on the map in the West. Enter Sandman, I'm sure, is a metal song that we've all heard before. The Unforgiven is also on here. Nothing Else Matters is also on here. You know what, as overrated as people might call it, I freaking love this album. So give it a listen if you're into that. Okay, let's take it to the 2000s. This is A Rush of Blood to the Head by Coldplay. In my opinion, and this is my humble opinion, I think this is Coldplay's best album. Every song on here is a no skip. You know, like Clocks is obviously one of the most famous songs by them, as well as The Scientist. But also, songs like Amsterdam and the title track is really fucking good. This album, the more times you listen to this album, the better it gets in my opinion. And I'm really upset as to where Coldplay is today. I really haven't enjoyed any of this stuff since Viva La Vida. But yeah, if you want some good 2000s kind of alt pop rock, give this one a listen. Okay, let's go to some more post-rock stuff. This is Explosions in the Sky, How Strange Innocence. Explosions in the Sky, fucking fantastic post-rock band. This one is not their best album, in my opinion. Actually, I can actually see right here their best album. This is their best album, in my opinion. The Earth is Not a Cold, Dead Place. Although, in saying that, don't throw this album away either. Both of these albums are fucking fantastic. There's also another album by them that I don't actually think I have on vinyl, which I keep forgetting the name of. I'll put the image of it right here. But that's also a great album as well. If you want some of the most like heartstring pulling post-rock out there, that your base entry level post-rock, definitely give some Explosions in the Sky some love. Okay, this one was also given to me. This is Nightbirds Shack Attack. Or Shack Attack by the Nightbirds. Oh yeah, this is Nightbirds by Shack Attack. I have actually given this one a listen before, and it's kind of like this new wave stuff. Don't mind my phone, it's just ringing. This is like a new wave album that a friend of mine bought for me. This is actually really good. I definitely want to give this one another listen. Okay, this one I still haven't opened, but a fan sent this to me. This is Live and Dangerous by Thin Lizzy. If you guys know the song The Boys Are Back in Town, that's these guys. Huntington Beach, California. So there you go. In what year? 1978. So there you go. Classic. Basically just like a Thin Lizzy live album. Definitely have to give this one a spin. Okay, another one from kind of my childhood growing up. This is Outlandis d'Amour by The Police. Probably, in my opinion, this is my favorite Police album, personally speaking. Because, you know, Next to You, So Lonely, Roxanne, it's got all the hits. Obviously, they have a lot of really good albums. This one just is my personal favorite, so I had to get this on vinyl for sure. Okay, this one is another one that was given to me, and I haven't opened it yet. But this is... Oh, wait, no. I think I actually bought this in a Trash Taste special, or whatever it was. I haven't opened this yet. But this is Maury Calliope's, I think, first album? Or like it's like a box set of stuff. Yeah, there's an LP, a DVD, and some CDs, I think? I'm actually not too sure what's in here, but it's like a box set of Maury Calliope's stuff. You guys know, if you watch Trash Taste, that, you know, we know Maury quite well. She's been on the show a couple of times, and, you know, she obviously makes music, so I got this. I can't tell you... I can't tell you if I remember where I got it. Either a friend gifted this to me, or I bought it maybe... I have a feeling we bought it maybe on like a figure special or something. I don't remember. But either way, as you can see, it's still in the plastic. So, yeah, there you go. I guess technically, even though it's not an anime soundtrack, we'll count VTubers as anime. Alright, this one was given to me by a good friend who I very highly respect the music taste of. This is Bazan Blanco. David Bazan, who is kind of, if I'm not mistaken, a lot of like kind of emo-esque, you know, Midwest emo style, like alt stuff. I have given this one a listen. Pretty good. I do want to give it another spin because I legitimately don't remember the sound of it, but hey, if I took it out of the plastic, that probably means I gave it a spin and I probably liked it. This one I have not taken out of the vinyl. This is Teenage Fan Club's Grand Prix. This is also given to me by the same guy who gave me the Dan Bazan LP. I should probably give this a listen. Take it out of the plastic. Give it a spin one day. Going back to stuff that I grew up with, listening to from my dad's collection, this is Goat's Head Soup by the Rolling Stones. This album cover scared the shit out of me as a child, and I just personally really like it. It's got some great freaking tracks on it as well. Not my favorite Rolling Stones album, but definitely, I think, integral to put into the collection. Okay, another one from my childhood that I absolutely love. Demon Days by the Gorillaz. Everything from Kids with Guns, Dirty Harry, Feel Good Inc., November Has Come, which is a great freaking track that features MF Doom on it. Yeah, every track on this double album is fucking sick. So yeah, hell yeah, Gorillaz. Alright, let's listen to some more punk. Classic punk. We got the Ramones, Rocket to Russia, their second album, if I'm not mistaken. As much as I love their self-titled debut, it's really fucking expensive on vinyl, because it is, you know, kind of the beginnings of the US punk wave back in the 70s, or was it, yeah, 70s. But this album, their second album, Rocket to Russia, also has some great tracks. Cretin Hop, Rockaway Beach, Sheena is a Punk Rocker, Teenage Lobotomy. Classic stuff. So if you love your classic punk, definitely give this one a spin. It's great. And speaking of classic punk, look at that. Nevermind the Bollocks by the Sex Pistols. Their one and only album, which, weirdly enough, I have not taken out of the plastic yet. And you can see that I paid $18 for, probably somewhere in the US, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Rhino Vinyl, wherever that was. I don't remember where it was. It was probably while I was on tour. I bought a lot of vinyls while we were on tour in the US and also in Europe. So a lot of these vinyls, I'm sure, are going to be from that. But, I mean, look, if you like punk music and you never heard of this album, what are you doing, man? And speaking of fucking awesome punk, Green Day's Dookie. Without a doubt, Green Day's best album. I don't care what anyone says, because, fuck, this was still when Green Day was actually a punk band. You remember when that was still a thing? But in my opinion, Green Day has not been the same since American Idiot, and all of their stuff before American Idiot, including American Idiot, were great. After American Idiot, I kind of lost interest, but I still fucking love this album. This is great classic pop punk. Love it. If you don't love it, you don't like punk music. Straight up. And I think this one was... Did I buy this? Or was it given to me? But this is a single of Daft Punk's Harder, Better, Faster, Stronger. It says here there's the album version, the Breakers Break remix, and Jess and Crab Regulator mix. So it's basically just a 12-inch single of... Yeah, Harder, Better, Faster, Stronger by Daft Punk. Great song. Not my favorite song off of Discovery, but still pretty cool. Alright, this one, I think I bought this, if I am not mistaken. But this is The Who's album. I think this might be like a compilation album? Yeah, I think this genuinely might just be like a self-titled compilation album by The Who. Please, someone in the comments let me know if I am completely wrong on that. I very much may well be. Let's go back to some more punk, because I love punk. This is Ninth and Walnut by The Descendants. Unfortunately, well, look, this is a great album, don't get me wrong. This is kind of like the newest album after they had that, like, big comeback. And there's some great fucking songs on this, you know, like Sailor's Choice, Grudge, that's a great track. But the one album that I really, really, really want from The Descendants is their first album, Milo Goes to College. I've still never found that in a vinyl store. If anyone is watching this video, please send that to me, because I would love to have that in my collection. I guess I'm going to use this video as a way to, like, call to action to you guys on getting me vinyls that I really, really want, that I just am too stupid to find. If anyone can find me Descendants Milo Goes to College, this album right here, on vinyl, I'll kiss you on the lips. But in the meantime, give this album a listen. Still great. Okay, up next, I believe this one is coming from my dad's collection. I'm going to take it out of the vinyl for the plastic for the time being. This is Emerson, Lake and Palmer's Brain Salad Surgery. This album has like a really cool, I guess, backstory to it for me personally. If you guys know, I've been playing piano ever since I was like 5-6 years old or whatever. This was one of the first albums that my dad showed me when I was a kid that convinced me that piano was like the coolest thing ever. The lead keyboard player for Emerson, Lake and Palmer, Keith Emerson, rest in peace by the way, he is considered one of the greatest rock keyboard players who ever lived. It's not even an argument. If you disagree with that, you just haven't listened to this fucking album or any Emerson, Lake and Palmer albums. Also, this album's really cool because it opens up like this, and you can see the inside of the vinyl. Yeah, please give this a listen. Carnival 9 is an insane, like, 30-minute suite on this. That, again, convinced me that piano was the coolest fucking instrument in rock music. And this album is just classic, really good. So, yeah, Brain Salad Surgery. Give that a listen. Okay, I think a lot of these coming up here my dad gave to me when I was back home in Australia recently. So a lot of these are going to be albums that my dad also recommends. But this next one is Ted Nugent's self-titled album, which is freaking awesome. Just classic 80s rock. Stranglehold and fucking Stormtroopin'. Such sick classic rock songs that you need to listen to. Ted Nugent was an absolute insane guitarist, really underrated guitarist, and this album really shows off his skills. So if you're a guitarist watching this video, give that a listen. This Ted Nugent self-titled, so fucking cool. Another classic band, oh actually there's two albums of the same band, but this is Look at Yourself by Uriah Heep. And as you can see, the cool thing about this is that Look at Yourself is like a mirror on it, so you can actually look at yourself using this vinyl. Quite clever. But yeah, Uriah Heep, kind of similar to Hawkwind, were another like prog rock band from the 70s that, you know, didn't get as much love, but I think are really, really cool. It's bands like this that made me like really inspired to like, you know, get into prog originally. And this one is me and my dad's personal favorite albums. The Wizard is also a really good album, in my opinion. And then we also have Uriah Heep's The Best Of as well, which has songs like Gypsy, Bird of Prey, July Morning, Look at Yourself, which is from this album. Yeah, really, really cool stuff. So if you love your prog rock, you know, bands like Pink Floyd and Yes and stuff like that, give Uriah Heep a listen. I think you'll find some really, really cool music from here. Okay, and here we got 3 albums by the same band. Also a band that me and my dad bonded over growing up. We've got some Black Sabbath albums, baby. Yeah. First one we have here is Technical Ecstasy. Not my personal favorite, but I think this is one of my dad's favorite albums. I think this was the last album to feature Ozzy Osbourne, if I'm not mistaken. I might be completely wrong on that, but there's a couple of good tracks on this. We've also got We Sold Our Soul for Rock and Roll, which I believe is a best of collection. And then we also have Black Sabbath's Heaven and Hell, which I think that album cover is so sick. But yeah, we'll talk about more Black Sabbath stuff because I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, there's a couple more albums by Black Sabbath. They were basically the band that got me into metal when I was in my teenage years, so yeah, we will talk about those when we get to them. Okay, we also have another Emerson, Lake and Palmer album. This is their debut self-titled album. Which has the song Lucky Man, which I think is like one of the most famous Emerson, Lake and Palmer songs. You might have heard of it, you might have not have. If you haven't, give it a listen. This, as much as I love Brain Cellar Surgery, this album is also fantastic. So yeah, if you want some good prog, give that a listen. Okay, and these are the last 2 albums from my dad's personal collection. Also happens to be 2 of the same artist. This is Deep Purple. This one is Burn, which has one of my favorite Deep Purple songs on all time, and that's the title track. But also Sail Away is really, really good. What's Going On Here is also really, really good. This is with David Coverdale as the lead singer. Obviously, if you know anything about Deep Purple, their lead singer and lineup basically changed all the time. I think this is the first David Coverdale album, if I'm not mistaken. And then we also have 24 Karat Purple, which I believe is a live album. It's a live compilation album, if I'm not mistaken. I might be completely wrong on that, but Deep Purple is a great band. I think we have a couple more Deep Purple albums in here somewhere, so we'll talk about those when we get to them. Okay, and the last album in this first box, Jesus Christ, we're only through the first box, is absolute classic Nujabez's Metaphorical Music. I mean, what more can I say about Nujabez that I haven't already talked about in beers? I even have this on cassette. That's how much I love this album. One of the best hip-hop albums ever, in my opinion. I never get tired of this album. If you haven't listened to it, please, do yourself a favor. Okay, we are done with the first box. Woof! Alright, let's keep going, shall we? Let's go right over here. We've got Pink Floyd's A Saucer Full of Secrets, their second album. Last album, I believe, to feature Syd Barrett. Not my favorite, but some classics on here. Set the Controls for the Heart of the Sun. Really, really fucking good. Also, Corporal Clegg is really sick. This is kind of like an underrated Pink Floyd album, in my opinion. But, yeah. I mean, Pink Floyd's one of my favorite albums. Pink Floyd's one of my favorite artists of all time, so even the weirder ones I had to get, for sure. Jesus Christ, I can't talk. I'm talking about too much music. Alright, let's go to some more prog. Lark's Tongues in Aspic by King Crimson. Not the best King Crimson album. Obviously, that will probably have to go to their first album, Court of the Crimson King. But this one is also fucking great. The title track on this blew me away the first time I listened to it. I didn't know you could play guitar like that. Because, yeah, Robert Fripp is an insane man, and this is an insane prog album. Okay, what do we have here? Ooh, Sigur Ros's Valtari. probably my second or third favorite album by them. If you don't know, they are a post-rock band from Iceland. They single-handedly got me interested in Iceland, and the live show that I went to in Japan of these guys made me cry more than any live concert that I've ever been to, so that should tell you something. My favorite Sigur Rós song of all time, Eki Muk, is off this album. Beautiful freaking album. Give it a listen. Alright, what do we have next? Oh, Metal by Pink Floyd. Another classic Pink Floyd album. Echoes is one of the coolest fucking 24-minute songs ever created. Give that a listen. It's awesome. By the way, for the longest time, I always thought this was a nose, but it's not. It's the inside of someone's ear. That's the ear hole. Yeah, it took me a while to figure that out. But, yeah, weird album cover. It's this way. Weird album cover, but it's cool. I like it. Great album. Alright. Oh, another Pink Floyd album. This one is, what was it called? Obscured by Clouds. I think this is a soundtrack to a film, if I'm not mistaken, which I recently just found out. I thought it was like an actual album, but apparently this is a soundtrack to a film, which I never knew about. Oh, yeah, The Valley. It's from a French film called The Valley. There you go. I never knew that. I thought it was just like a regular Pink Floyd album, but even their soundtrack work is sick, so give it a listen. Alright, next. Ooh, Mike Oldfield's Tubular Bells. I haven't actually spun this yet, but I have listened to this album before. Mike Oldfield is kind of like this experimental composer that is a multi-instrumentalist. Look, it even says at the back here, because there's only one song on it called Tubular Bells, but you can actually see in the back, it tells you all of the instruments that Mike Oldfield himself plays. Can you imagine being able to play that many instruments? Alright, ooh, we got another King Crimson album, Islands. Again, not my favorite, but classic, great King Crimson album. The title track is fucking beautiful. But yeah, classic, great King Crimson album. Give that a listen. And, oh, wow. Okay, well, this just goes to show you how much I do not keep up with my vinyl collection. Because we have a newer, cleaner, probably a repressing of Emerson, Lake and Palmer's Brain Salad Surgery. But yeah, there you go. Oh yeah, this one's, yeah, this one's definitely the updated version. I will hold on to this, but I may eventually sell this one off and keep just the classic, first pressing that my dad gave to me. But I will put this here in here anyway, just in case. Alright, what do we have next? Oh, another Emerson, Lake and Palmer album, Tarkus. This one is really underrated. The title track is insane. If you are studying composition in any way, music composition in any way, you have to listen to Tarkus. Absolutely crazy shit that these guys managed to create. Also, look at that fucking album cover, dude. Look at this dude. Look how sick that is. Alright, what do we have next? Ooh, this one I bought quite a while ago. This is Not the Actual Events by Nine Inch Nails. I was in a very, very heavy Nine Inch Nails phase when I was in high school. And you know what? Not my favorite, not even close to being my favorite album. I think, actually, this isn't even an album. I believe this is just a... Is this an album or is this an EP? I'm not even too sure. Either way, the album cover's really sick, but obviously Nine Inch have made better albums, but this one is also solid. Alright, what do we have next? Oh, I mean... Is there any more to say? Dark Side of the Moon. Listen to it. What do we have next? Oh, I want to talk about this album. Radio Birdman's Radios Appear. Radio Birdman, if anyone watching this video knows Radio Birdman, you are either a 60-year-old Australian or you have the coolest dad, Australian dad, that you grew up with. Because my dad showed me this band. They are a punk band from Australia. Really, really, like, minor, but fucking hell. This album, bro. Mwah, chef's kiss. This album, I mean, it's still in the plastic. I'm definitely going to take it out of the plastic right now, actually, so that I give myself a reason to spin this later. But yeah, this was a band that my dad was absolutely obsessed with growing up when he was in high school and in college and stuff like that. And then he showed it to me and my sister, and we absolutely fell in love with this album. So yeah, if you want to listen to some classic Australian punk music, please listen to Radios Appear by Radio Birdman. You know what I should do, actually, now that I'm looking at these right now? I should probably get, like, one of those, like, little sleeve things that, like, separates it by alphabet so that I know immediately when I pull it out, like, oh, this is the R section, or this is, like, the L section. So, yeah, I should definitely do that. Okay, we have Jethro Tull's Thick as a Brick. In my opinion, one of the best concept albums of all time. I did, like, a whole paper on this album when I was studying musicology back in high school. Great. Only one song, 45 minutes long, but it is one of the wildest, coolest pieces of prog rock ever. I mean, the lead singer, John Anderson, John Anderson, sorry, that's the lead singer of Yes. The lead singer of Jethro Tull, I'm sorry, I completely forget the name of, he plays flute all over this thing. You want to hear some flute over some sick prog rock? Listen to this. Alright, let's keep going. Aha! King Crimson's Court of the Crimson King. This was fucking expensive, let me tell you that, first and foremost. Even a repressing of this is really expensive, but I thought, fuck it. I love this album too much. I'm gonna get it. Please do, if you like prog. Also, this cover is so cool. Okay, ooh. Led Zeppelin 4. Arguably, a lot of people will say is their best album. I don't necessarily agree, but I love Led Zeppelin so much. I think every album of theirs is fucking amazing. But this is the album that has Stairway to Heaven on it, as well as probably all of the most well-known Led Zeppelin songs are all on this album. So if you've never listened to it, I don't know what to tell you. Okay, ooh, another Black Sabbath album. This one is Sabbath Bloody Sabbath. Has such great songs as the title track, National Acrobat, Sabracadabra, Spiral Architect. I think this is one of the most underrated Black Sabbath albums. I mean, because, you know, most people think of, like, Paranoid and the title, you know, the debut album and stuff like that. I think this one is just as good as both of those albums. This is, like, kind of tied first out of 3 of my picks for Black Sabbath albums. I can't pick. But yeah, this one is great. I am also going to take this out of the plastic so it gives me an excuse to spin it later. Okay, what do we have next? Oh, Atom Heart Mother by Pink Floyd. A very controversial Pink Floyd album. Apparently the members of Pink Floyd hate this album with all of their guts. I think it's a pretty fucking good album. Also, the cover has a cute little cow on it. Next up, let's go back to some more punk. This is The Offspring's Smash. Not my favorite album by theirs. That's a tie between their self-titled and Splinter, but this album has one of my favorite songs on it, which is Bad Habit, which is all about lead singer Dexter Manning basically really getting into road rage. So I would not recommend you listen to this album while you're on the road, because you may get yourself into an accident. But if you are in the comfort of your own home, give it a listen and rock the fuck out to this album. This album is sick. Oh, and look at that, we were talking about the Harder, Better, Faster, Stronger. Here's the album, Discovery by Daft Punk. This album's sick. Come on, if you've never listened to this album, what are you doing, is all I'm going to say. You know One More Time, you know Harder, Better, Faster, Stronger. What else is on here? Fucking Digital Love, Crescendos, Something About Us, Voyager. This album is a 10 out of 10. Listen to it. Now, if you've been a long-time viewer of this channel, you'll know that I had a very, very short-lived series called The Vinyl Countdown, I believe it was called, where it was basically, I think, like a 3-video series that I tried to do, where I tried to do, like, weekly vinyl reviews and stuff like that. But one of those videos was about this album, Porter Robinson's Worlds, which is great. It's kind of weird that since then I have kind of become just like friends with Porter. So, hey Porter, if you're watching this, I still really like this album. I don't know what you think, but this album's kind of dope. Not gonna lie. Alright, what do we have next? Oh, Murder of the Universe by King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard, which is the most fun band name to say, in my opinion. Again, not my favorite album by theirs, but this album is really, really cool. It's basically a concept song album, if you will. It's just basically one continuous song for the entire album, which Doesn't quite work in vinyl form because, you know, you obviously have to switch sides and everything. And I believe this is a double album as well. So, yeah, but still, really, really great album. Really weird, trippy space rock. Very much reminds me of, like, Hawkwind that I mentioned earlier. Give it a listen. Also, this album cover is really, really cool. Okay, what do we have next? Oh, more Pink Floyd. Wish You Were Here. Probably my second favorite album. Maybe, no, third favorite album. I don't know. Hard to say. Great album, though. Please give it a listen. The title track will make you cry. And this album cover is really, really cool. Got next, What's the Story, Morning Glory by Oasis. Big, big, big double album that has probably all the best songs by Oasis. You know, Don't Look Back in Anger, fucking Wonderwall is on this, Champagne Supernova is on this. Probably the only Oasis album I've, like, fully actually enjoyed from back to front, so yeah. Give it a listen. This is great. Okay, what's next? Ooh, more Jethro Tull. This is Stand Up, which I believe is their third album. Ian Anderson. I've just remembered the name of the lead singer of Jethro Tull. Ian Anderson goes fucking hard on the flute, especially on this album. Also, look at that. Oh, it's a pop-out album. Ooh, it's like one of those pop-up books. And there they are. That's the four of them right there. So that's fun. And oh yeah, look. Here's another one from the Super Crooks soundtrack. Yeah, I had like 4 of these, and I thought I got rid of the other 3, but I guess I have one more. So if anyone watching this wants a copy of the Super Crooks soundtrack on vinyl, hit your boy up. Here we go. There's another classic album. OK Computer by Radiohead. Radiohead, another personal favorite of mine. Definitely on my bucket list of artists that I want to go see live. But yeah, great. This is, I think this is one of the best, you know, alt rock bands from the alt rock albums rather from the 2000s. Give it a listen. It's fucking awesome. Ooh, one of the best punk albums of all time in my opinion. The Bad Brains, self-titled. This thing is so fucking balls to the walls, in your face punk. This is basically the album that started hardcore punk, or I guess like made it as good as it was. The peak of hardcore punk in my opinion. So if you love your hardcore punk, Bad Brains, self-titled. Oh, look at that, back to back. We've got more Black Sabbath. We've got the self-titled Black Sabbath album, again tied for my favorite Black Sabbath album, and we've also got a greatest hits album, which I believe my dad gave to me. Yeah, because I don't usually buy greatest hits albums, but my dad has it, so there you go. Self-titled and best of Black Sabbath. Let's go more punk. You know, obviously I'm huge into my punk. Dead Kennedys, Bedtime for Democracy. Not everyone's favorite Dead Kennedys album. You know, Fresh Fruit for Rotting Vegetables is a classic. You know, Plastic Surgery Disasters, also a classic. I really, really like Bedtime for Democracy though. This is hardcore as fuck. Yeah, if you love your Dead Kennedys, definitely give this a listen. For some reason it's like this. I don't know why. The spine is like here, but it's definitely supposed to be this way. So I don't know if that's a misprint or they're just fucking with us, but either way, great album. Give it a listen. Oh, look at that. I guess I do have the self-titled Ramones album. And I guess I mean, this isn't a reprint. This is a reprinting. This is a 2016 remastered version, because again, as I mentioned earlier, the original printing of this is like $300 or something, and I wasn't going to do that. Instead, I paid $25 in somewhere in America for this self-titled Ramones album. Okay, up next, Sunny Day Real Estate's Diary. Fantastic Midwest emo album. Give that a listen. I believe this is a double LP. Yeah, it's a double LP, but really, really good. And I think they recently did a remake or like a remastering or re-recording of this album or something. Either way, I remember Sunny Day Real Estate came back recently. But yeah, this is an iconic album cover. Really, really good. Give it a listen. What do we have next? Ooh, some more Nujabes. Mortal Soul. You know, still a great album, don't get me wrong, but not as good as Metaphorical Music in my opinion. In saying that though, do not skip this album. This album is still a fucking 10 out of 10 in my opinion. Every song is great on it. Please give it a listen. What's next? Oh, wow. Let's go with some hip-hop. This is Earl Sweatshirt's Some Rap Songs, which, in my opinion, is one of my favorite hip-hop albums of recent times. This album cover is fucking hilarious, but the contents of this album is absolutely not hilarious. It is very, very dark. I, I love the back of this and the message from Earl himself. Yeah. So there you go. I freaking love Earl Sweatshirt. Him and another artist I'm sure we will get to eventually is like my favorite rappers of all time. So yeah, this album, so sick. I definitely need to get the rest of Earl's albums on vinyl. But I think this might be the only one that I have. Okay, let's keep going. Radiohead's Kid A. One of my personal favorite Radiohead albums of all time. Up there with OK Computer. I'd say it's a tie, but for completely different reasons. This album is fucking so cool. Also really cool inside art. But yeah, this is more of a different, more electronic side of Radiohead that was very contentious when it first came out. I absolutely adore this album though. Give it a listen. What's next? Yes, Fragile. If you guys know Roundabout, you know the song that was the ending song famously to JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. This is the first track off this album, but in saying that, do not buy this album just because it's got a fucking JoJo song on it, because the rest of this album is also fucking sick. Okay, so this one here is kind of a unique album, because this was basically the album, or I guess the artist, that originally got me into ambient music. I was really huge into ambient music when I was in college. Because it helped me study. It's like this was like lo-fi hip-hop before lo-fi hip-hop was ever a thing. And this is Phaedra by Tangerine Dream. Tangerine Dream being a group that is still active to this day, almost 60-something years later. This is probably one of my favorite Tangerine Dream albums, up there with Mars Polaris and, God, there's so many. Alpha Centauri. These guys made like 500 albums or something fucking ridiculous like that. This is just one of them. So I definitely want to get more Tangerine Dream albums, but this one is great. If you want to check out ambient music, give these guys a listen. What's next? Ooh, another Tool album. This is Undertow, which is their, I guess, like, first big album, if you can call it that. This is when Paul D'Amour was still playing bass, before Justin Chancellor came in. But yeah, Prison Sex, Sober, Bottom, which has one of the best fucking screams by Maynard, is on this. Also Flood, great stuff. So if you want the more like rawer sound of Tool, Undertow's where it's at. We've got next another King Gizzard and a Lizard Wizard album. A little bit earlier in their career. This is I'm in Your Mind Fuzz. Really solid psych rock. Yeah, this is great. Also, fuck me, that album cover, so sick. Ooh, this is an album that was actually given to me by, I believe, one of you guys. A fan sent this to me. This is Takanaka Masayoshi's The Rainbow Goblins, which is a Japanese, I guess, like prog psych artist, and he made this entire album called The Rainbow Goblins, which is like very much reminiscent of like Uriah Heep stuff that I mentioned earlier. I have actually given this a listen. I believe I listened to this on stream like years and years and years ago, but it was really, really good. I definitely need to give this one another spin. Shit, now here's the hardest thing here. Do I put this under T for Takanaka, or do I put this under M for Masayoshi? I'll put this on the M for Masayoshi. Okay, what's next? Ooh, the Blue Hearts debut self-titled album. These guys are basically like the Sex Pistols or the Ramones equivalent of punk in Japan. These guys were basically the reason, one of the big reasons why punk became such a huge thing in Japan. And this self-titled, I was looking for years to find this album, and I'm so glad when I finally found it. This was released in 1987. I believe this is a reprinting. Yeah, this is a reprinting of this album, but my god, this album is so fucking good. If you want to kind of listen to the roots of Japanese punk, Blue Hearts, there you go, give it a listen. And let's go with something a little more modern. This is Glow On by Turnstile. Turnstile I've only recently kind of gotten into, mostly because of this album. I think a lot of people probably, like, you know, got back onto or maybe discovered Turnstile for the first time off of this album, because this album's really, really unique. It's like, the way I've described this album to some people is that it's dream punk. It's like dream pop mixed with punk. I don't know how they did it, but they fucking did it on this album. Also, apparently, there's a new album by Turnstile that is kind of like a follow-up to Glow On, so, which I haven't listened to, but I'm definitely interested to do so. Alright, this one was given to me by one of you guys. This is Schematics, Color Inside the Lines. I haven't given this one a spin yet, admittedly, but I will definitely get to that. So whoever sent this to me, thank you. And this was also sent to me by someone. This is the Time Bandits Fiction, which I think has the award in my collection for the most corniest yet most kind of awesome album cover. I think these guys are Dutch? Yeah, it says made in Holland, so I believe it's Dutch. Also, look at these guys. Look at these guys. Look at that fucking swag, dude. Hell yeah. Yeah, now that I'm looking at this album cover again, I have to know what this sounds like. Okay, up next we have, Deaf Heaven's New Bermuda. Deaf Heaven are a black gaze band, which I actually did an entire video on Deaf Heaven. Not of this particular album, but on another album, which I have somewhere in here. I will get to that eventually. But yeah, I did an entire video on this on my secret music channel, which I will leave in the description below. If you still haven't discovered that yet, please do go and do that. Oh, actually, I can see right here. This is the album that I did an entire video on, Sunbather. But these guys are a American black gaze band, and I actually got onto this album because of Felix, because of PewDiePie. He absolutely fucking loved this album, recommended it to me, and I fell in love with the band ever since. And I have 2 of their albums. I really want to get their newest one as well, because it was fucking awesome when I listened to it. But these albums are really, really cool. If you love your shoegaze, black metal, just intense metal music that is also somehow really, really emotional and beautiful, give these albums a listen. What's next? This is actually kind of a newly acquired one, which is, look, admittedly, not the best album in the world, but definitely a nostalgic favorite of mine. This is the 20th anniversary edition of Evanescence's debut album, Fallen. This isn't the best album ever, but fuck me, there are some songs that absolutely hit on this album. Also, this 20th anniversary, it's like rainbow and cool. Ooh. Okay, let's keep going. Oh wow. This is a absolute personal favorite album of mine. And I know I'm already going to get a bunch of comments from, like, music elitists being like, wow, that's so typical of you, Joe. Of course you'd be into this album. This is In the Airplane Over the Sea by Neutral Milk Hotel, which, for those of you who are out of the loop, was basically a huge meme album on the MU board on 4chan. And apparently, if you liked this album, then you were automatically deemed to be a pretentious music listener. Well, then call me a pretentious music listener, because I think this album is fucking fantastic, and it is a no-skip album, and you should definitely give it a listen. And speaking of pretentious music to like, hey look, here's another Miles Davis album. This one is Bitches Brew, which is a little more when, like, Miles Davis decided to go a little bit more, like, psychedelic with his sound, compared to especially Made in Blue. But this album is also sick as fuck. Really, really cool, like, heady, experimental jazz off of this album. Also, definitely gets the award for the coolest album cover in my collection. Look at this shit. So cool. And even the back cover is dope. Look at that. Dude, whoever made this album cover, they were fucking cooking. Okay, what do we have next? Ooh, this is Secret Life, which is the collab album by Fred again and legendary ambient composer Brian Eno, who I guess was, like, kind of mentoring Fred again, and they decided to make this, like, beautiful ambient electronic album together. The first time I listened to this, I was fucking blown away by how beautiful this album. I mean, I've always been a huge fan of Brian Eno, and also, you know, a lot of Fred again stuff. So when I heard that they made an album together, I was like, yes, insta-buy. Now here's the question: do I put this under Brian Eno or do I put this under Fred again? Let's put this under Brian Eno, because I have a couple more Brian Eno albums in the collection. Okay, what do we have next? Oh, personal favorite of mine, American Football Self-Titled. This is LP1, which, without a shadow of a doubt, even though I love all 3 of their LPs, this one is the best. Come on now. I went to recently go see them play live here in Japan, which was a huge tick off my personal bucket list of albums I wanted to go see. I talked about how Sigur Rós made me cry the most. I lied. this American football concert that I went to definitely made me cry the most. Alright, what's next? Ooh, this was a recent one as well. I also went to go see these live, and I talked about them. This is the first album that I covered at the beginning of this video, but this is their second album, Otoboke Beavers, Super Champon. I bought this personally from one of the members of the band after I went to go see them live, and they were standing at the merch booth, and I said hello to the lead singer here. This album is fucking dope, and they were so sick live. One of the coolest fucking punk live shows that I've ever been to. These guys were fucking dope. If you ever get the chance to see these women live, they will tear your fucking brain out with how sick they are. And here's the last one in the second box. We've cleared it up. Let's put it back here. This one was also given to me by a fan. This is Mongtong's Music from Taiwan Mystery. I had no idea about this group. I guess, as the name suggests, they are a Taiwanese kind of ambient electronic group is the only way to describe it. And again, this also gets the award for the coolest album cover. But this album I've spun so many times because it's such great, just relaxation music is the only way to put it. It makes you feel like I'm in like a Buddhist temple in China somewhere. But yeah, really cool stuff. And whoever sent this to me, big thank you. I definitely have fallen into a deep rabbit hole of this kind of music, and I want more LPs of Mongtong. Please, if you are watching this video, send me more Mongtong LPs. I want it all. Okay, so that's the second out of 4 boxes done. Yeah, we're only halfway through this video, guys. Strap in. Let's start off with Brian Eno's Music for Airports. Or this is Ambient 1, Music for Airports. As the name suggests, for a brief moment of time, they played this at select airports all over the world. And this is a beautifully calming ambient album that I like spinning every time I have to concentrate and study in writing a script or doing anything that involves words. This one is one that a fan, I think, gave to me that I admittedly have not spun yet. This is Gnosis's, or Russian Circle's Gnosis. I have not spun this yet, and I definitely need to get on that because this looks cool. The album cover looks kind of dope. Yeah. What's next? This is another one that I believe somebody sent to me. Yeah, this is YOB's Our Raw Heart. I don't even remember where I got this from, but I should probably listen to it. Oh, look, and here's another YOB album that I need to listen to. This one is called Atma. I don't know anything about YOB, but apparently I have 2 albums by them, so I know what I'm doing tomorrow. Run the Jewels, another hip-hop album. I don't, admittedly have a lot of hip-hop albums on vinyl. I'm quite selective when it comes to hip-hop, but Run the Jewels, this Run the Jewels album is dope. I think this is Run the Jewels 2? If I'm not mistaken. Here's the problem with Run the Jewels. All of their albums are called Run the Jewels. I think this is the second one, if I'm not mistaken. Please correct me if I'm wrong. Ooh, Focus. Mother Focus. These guys are, I believe, a Swedish group. I believe so. They got really famous off of that song Hocus Pocus by Focus. Yeah, hilarious. But this is a great album. This is one of my dad's, another album that my dad and I listened to growing up. Really calming, cool, just like new wave, like smooth rock type of album. Instrumental album as well, so another great album to just like chill and like beats to study to, if you can call it that. Alright, what do I have next? Oh, someone also sent me this as well. This is Mai's Multisensory Aesthetic Experience. I have given this one a spin and it was pretty good. I'd never heard of this artist before, but this was a great album, so thank you to whoever sent this to me. Alright, we have MF Doom's Operation Doomsday. Well, this is a remastered double LP. Contains all the original album cuts. So yeah, unfortunately it's, it doesn't have that like sleek, Operation Doomsday original cover, but I mean, look, I have Operation Doomsday, his first album, easily one of my favorite rappers of all time. This is a great album. I'm glad I finally managed to actually grab this one. I'm also going to rip this out of the plastic because I want to give this another spin tomorrow. Okay, oh, this is Gami Gang's, Origami Angels Gami Gang. This is another artist that I wasn't really familiar with until my friend recommended me this album. This album is really sick. Good, classic Midwest shit right here on this album. Also, really cool band name, Origami Angel. Why didn't I come up with that? Okay, oh, this is also another album that the person who sent me the Rainbow Goblin stuff sent to me. This is the Blues Creations, what is it called? This is the Blues Creations Demon and 11 Children, which I believe is just like another kind of, you know, psychedelic prog album from Japan. Also with a really cool album cover that kind of reminds me of Where the Wild Things Are. So I haven't spun this one, admittedly, but I probably should. And this is another one that the same fan gave to me. This is another album by the Flower Traveling Band, Kunikawachi. Again, haven't spun this. It's my mission tomorrow to listen to all of these, by the way. So this is another just like pure, like just meme record that I decided to buy because why the fuck not? I bought Britney Spears' debut album because she's a fucking icon and a queen, and who doesn't want to listen to Baby One More Time or, you know, fuck, what else is on this album? You Drive Me Crazy, and you know, all these classic 90s pop stuff. Because look, it's an album art version as well. Like, it's actually physically on the vinyl, so I can see Britney Spears' cute face as this thing spins around and gives me quality pop music from my childhood. And speaking of my childhood, Coldplay's Parachutes debut album, fucking awesome stuff. I wish Coldplay sounded like this again. Please, Coldplay, cut the bullshit that you're currently on. No one likes it. And we got here, ooh, this is Spiritualized, Everything Was Beautiful. This one, I believe, I forgot who recommended this album to me, but this album is, it's so, as it says, everything was beautiful, everything is beautiful on this album. And it also has like cool little braille thing on the cover as well, so that's a nice stim product. Ooh, and another beats to vibe with. We got Jay Dilla's Donuts. Jay Dilla, for those of you who don't know, is basically just as famous, if not more famous, than Nujabes, and is just as good, if not better, at making beats as Nujabes was. And this is one of his albums that has all of his best beats on it. So yeah, I need to take this out of the plastic and listen to that later. We got another Pink Floyd album. This one is my personal favorite Pink Floyd album. This is Animals, which, you know what, so many people will say like, oh, The Wall is their best, Dark Side of the Moon is their best. I think Animals is their best, but that's just me. We got another one here from my childhood. Red Hot Chili Peppers' Californication. And admittedly, I wasn't the biggest fan of Red Hot Chili Peppers growing up, but, you know, songs like Scar Tissue and the title track, Californication, and, you know, Purple Stain is also a great track. You know, this album has definitely grown on me over the years. As you can see, I haven't taken it out of the plastic, but I should probably give this a spin. This one is, oh yeah, another album that I think someone gave to me. I haven't listened to it. It's Twin Peaks Down in Heaven. I have no idea what this album is. I wasn't even aware that I had this album, so someone probably sent this to me. So I'm sorry if you're watching this. I'll give this a listen. Don't kill me. Okay, what's next? Ooh, Slint's Spiderland. Funny story about this album, and I don't know if I should tell this or like admit to this on camera, but I stole this album from a venue, one of the venues while we were on the Trash Taste tour, because one of the venues that we were at, I forgot which one it was, they had like a record player in their green room and just like a box of records, and one of those records was this one. And I was shocked to see this LP because I've never seen it being sold at a vinyl store or anything like that, and I really wanted it. And so I drunkenly asked my tour manager at the time, hey, do you think it'd be cool if I just like took this and my tour manager was a terrible person and was like, yeah, just do it, who cares? And it's made its way over here, so thank you to whichever venue it was that had this LP, because I really wanted this LP, and this LP is really, really cool. Some of the coolest slacker rock 90s like underground rock music, one of the most influential as well. There's a really good documentary about this album on YouTube, so give it a listen. Really trippy, cool stuff, and I'm glad to say that I have it on vinyl. Alright, what else do we have here? Ooh, okay, I'm gonna take this out of the plastic. This is Godspeed You Black Emperors, Lift Your Skinny Fists Like Antennas to Heaven, which, you know, I talked about Explosions in the Sky earlier being a great post-rock band. These guys are basically the reason why post-rock is a thing. And this album is a fucking experience, is the only way I can put it. It is 4 songs. Each song is like 20 to 25 minutes long, so it's about a 2-hour-long album that just has 4 songs on it, but fuck me. This album, if you get if you want to listen to like a spiritual awakening of an album, give this album a listen. This album is fucking insane. Also, really cool album cover. Okay, what's next? Ooh, I think somebody gave me this album. Childish Gambino's Because of the Internet. You know, admittedly, not my favorite Childish Gambino album. Awaken My Love is definitely better. I think everyone can agree on that, but hey, I do like my classic Childish Gambino as well, so I think somebody gave this to me, so thank you to whoever gave this to me. I'll give it a spin. And, oh wow, would you look at that? I have a second copy of Run the Jewels 2. Whoever wants it, DM me. Oh, and speaking of Run the Jewels, here's Run the Jewels 3. I think, anyway. If, oh yeah, no, this one actually says Run the Jewels 3, so I was correct. Yeah, this one also is a great fucking album. Has my favorite song on it, which is Legend Has It. Fucking sick album. Great. Killer Mike and LP. Great rappers. Give that a listen. Alright, what's next? Oh, Random Access Memories. The final album by Daft Punk, which I'm still really upset about that Daft Punk have broken up, and I never got to see them live, so that will be something that I will just spin the LPs and cry over. But yeah, as much as I love Discovery, this album is also fucking fantastic. Who doesn't like this album? Okay, we've got, ooh, I'm taking this out of the plastic later. NoFX, Punk and Drublic. NoFX, 90s punk band, really, really good. A Linoleum is off this album, which is probably their most famous song, but this entire album is really, really sick. I'm taking this out of the plastic because this is another one I am listening to when I work out tomorrow. What's next? Oh, Explosions in the Sky. I believe this one is, oh yeah, Those Who Tell the Truth Shall Die, Those Who Tell the Truth Shall Live Forever. Really long album title, but great album. What's next? Oh, Perfect Circle. 13th Step. This is probably the Perfect Circle album. Yeah, has all of the best songs on it. Best flow. You know, if you love Tool, this is Maynard James Keenan's other band that I would highly recommend you listen to, so please do so. And speaking of Maynard James Keenan, Opiate EP, really, really good. I really want the Salval live album. I still have not been able to find that. I think I have the other albums. I just probably, there's somewhere in this pile. But yeah, I definitely know I don't have the Salval album. So if anyone can send me the Salval album, that would be very much appreciated. But this Opiate EP, still very good. What's next? Oh, this one I'm probably going to have to censor. Oh god, I can't pronounce this Sigaros album because it's in Icelandic. But if you watch Trash Taste, and you watch the second episode we did with Felix, then you would know that Felix gave me this album. This is a great fucking album. Great Sigaros album. It's just unfortunate that I can't show the album cover on YouTube because I'll probably get demonetized. But give this album a listen. It's great. Ooh, and speaking of beautiful albums, Bon Iver's 22 A Million. This is easily my favorite Bon Iver album. I don't care what anyone says. As much as I love the self-titled Bon Iver album, as much as I love IMI, even his latest Sable Fable album, I really want to get on vinyl. This was the album that sold Bon Iver to me. If you want to listen to some of the coolest, most unique electro-folk, I guess is the only way I can describe this album. Again, another like spiritual awakening album. please give this one a listen. Also, again, contender for best, coolest album cover, or just coolest vinyl in general. Look at that. So many tattoo ideas for people who are watching. Oh, and we got quite a new one here. The Weeknd. This is Dawn FM. I haven't taken this out of the vinyl yet, but I actually really like this album. Even though, like, I'm not like a huge, you know, Weeknd fan necessarily, but the first time I listened to this album, I really fucked with it. So, yeah, give that a spin. It's a really good album. Oh, and here we go. One of my favorite Sigur Rós albums, right here, Talk. I can pronounce this one because it just means thank you in Icelandic. But this album is a hefty double album. It's really beautiful. Back to front, some of the most beautiful Icelandic post-rock you will ever listen to. So, talk to Sigur Rós for this album. Oh, and look at this. Emerson, Lake and Palmer's Works. Another fantastic Emerson, Lake and Palmer album. The side one of this, which is called Piano Concerto No. 1, is basically Keith Emerson essentially writing a piano concerto, even though he is a self-taught pianist, which blows my fucking mind and definitely inspired me to continue playing piano. It's because of this album. Also, the final couple of songs on this album, especially Pirates, is one of the coolest pieces of prog and art rock you will ever listen to. So, yeah, give this a listen. Also, Fanfare for the Common Man is like a song that you will hear at every fucking baseball game in America. So you'll probably have heard of that if you ever give this a listen. Either way, great album. Oh, and look at this. We have here a double album of Volume 1 and 2 of the Fully Cooley soundtrack, which is essentially just 2 full vinyls of Pillows songs, because they did the entire soundtrack. If you guys don't know, Fully Cooley, one of my favorite anime of all time, one of the best anime soundtracks of all time, and of course I had to get it on vinyl, because who wouldn't? Oh, and speaking of the Pillows, Runners High. This is one of the few Pillows vinyls that I ever managed to find. I'm still in an active search to find as many Pillows vinyls as possible. If anything, if I want to do a call to action in this video, help me find some Pillows vinyls, man. I swear they don't make them. And now that, you know, the Pillows have officially broken up after like 35 years or something, I need to get my hands on more Pillows vinyls, man. As much as I love this Runners High album, I need more. Give me more, please. A classic here, Minor Threats, Out of Step. This is a very low-key, yet amazing punk band that only ever did one album. And actually, speaking of Minor Threat, just today I picked up their other 7-inch LP of like kind of best hits and like unrecorded stuff. So this is essentially Minor Threat's entire discography, and now I finally have both. These are some absolutely fucking awesome punk albums, so if you love your hardcore punk, give these a listen. These are absolutely fantastic. Alright, let's keep going. Oh, we have the White Stripes. This one is White Blood Cells, I believe? Yeah, this is White Blood Cells. I mean, I fucking love the White Stripes. I also have the Elephant album somewhere. I'm still surprised we haven't found it yet, but yeah. Meg White and Jack White's White Stripes. Give them a listen, they're great. Oh, and speaking of concept albums, Rush's 2112. Absolutely fucking amazing album. I think I only have a couple of Rush albums. Also, look at the swag of these three, bro. Holy fuck. But yeah, the title track on this blew my fucking mind the first time I listened to it. Some of the coolest prog rock and space rock you'll ever listen to, so give this a listen, please. Oh, and here comes another tie for my favorite Sigur Rós album, their debut album, which is called Agatus Bæjun. I don't know, it's in Icelandic, but this is a beautiful album, so give it a listen, please. Oh, and if we want to talk about stuff that I grew up with, the Velvet Underground and Nico. If you guys remember back in the day, if you're an OG Anime Man fan, then you'll know that I used to have a poster of this in my room when I was still living in Australia. Because this is a great fucking album, created by Andy Warhol. Yeah, probably one of the most instantly recognizable album covers of all time. This is also an absolutely fantastic album. This one was given to me by someone, I believe. This is Berserker's Beast in Black. I don't know what this album sounds like. As you can see, it's still in the plastic, but this album cover is dope, and it goes hard as fuck, so I should probably listen to this soon. Oh, and look, I have another copy of Look at Yourself by Uriah Heep, so I'll put this in the doubled up pile. Here we go, we've got a new artist to talk about, The Cure, 17 Seconds. The Cure has a lot of great albums, you know, Disintegration, Kiss Me, Kiss Me, Kiss Me, Pornography, you know, a ton of really, really good albums. I think, personally, this is their best album. You can find me in the comments about that. Oh, and here we go. Self-explanatory. Pink Floyd's The Wall. One of the greatest concept albums ever written. You never listen to it, do it. If you never watched the movie, go do it. This one is still in the plastic, but this is a classic. AC/DC's Back in Black. I believe this is one of the most sold albums of all time. Like, I think next to Thriller by Michael Jackson. So, if you've never listened to this album, I don't know what to tell you, bro. Ooh, one more fantastic album right here is The Flaming Lips, American Head. The Flaming Lips have so many great albums. Yoshimi vs. the Pink Robots is one that I really, really want on vinyl. But this album, this is more of a newer Flaming Lips album. When was this released? This was released in 2020, so this is kind of a recent Flaming Lips album, but I was blown away with how good this album was. Like, they were kind of like not really hitting their last couple of albums before this, and then they released this album, and I was like, okay, that's the Flaming Lips I love. So, yeah, give this a listen if you love any Flaming Lips. And to finish off this box, we've got 2 Ghibli soundtracks, Princess Mononoke and Spirited Away. Yeah, it's pretty self-explanatory. It's Joe Hisaishi at his finest. So, if you want to hear some of the best anime music, give these a spin. That third box is complete. We are on to the final box. Oh, my legs are getting sore and this is a long video, so let's go through them. Oh yeah, this is an interesting inclusion into, I guess, the various artists. Or I guess no, this is technically by an artist called C418. And if that sounds familiar to you, it's because they did the Minecraft soundtrack. Yeah, my good friend Ohara, fellow YouTuber, One Piece YouTuber, he gave me this vinyl for my birthday last year. Because he knows I like vinyls, and he was like, hey, do you want the Minecraft soundtrack on vinyl? And I was like, fuck yeah, I do. Because, unironically, the Minecraft soundtrack goes hard. There's a reason why people love listening to the soundtrack of Minecraft while they play Minecraft, because it's just really, really relaxing. And you know what? I am going to take this out of the vinyl, and I'm probably going to listen to this vinyl as I edit this video. Oh, and it's a double album as well. Hell yeah. Okay, up next, the Weezer's Blue album. Again, has turned into a meme over the years. I don't mind it though, because this album is actually unironically fantastic. Some of the best 90s alt rock that you'll ever listen to. So, you know, if you've seen a lot of memes around this album, believe in the hype. This album is genuinely fantastic. Oh my god. And we can't have a vinyl collection without some motherfucking Yamashita Tatsuro, boys. Come on now. And this album For You, when they did a re-pressing of this, because this is a repressing, this is not the original pressing, because the original pressing cost like $800 or something ridiculous like that. So I'm like, you know what? I'll settle for the repressing. That's fine. The best city pop that you will ever listen to. That's all I'm gonna say. I will put this under Y for Yamashita Tatsuro probably, or should I put it under T for Tatsuro Yamashita? You know what? I'll put it under T for Tatsuro Yamashita. All right. Oh, and I guess I have 2 copies of American Football's LP1. So yeah, I'm happy to give this away to someone who wants it. Ooh, we've got another hip-hop album. This is Mike's Beware of the Monkey. Mike has very, very quickly become one of my favorite rap artists next to MF Doom, Earl Sweatshirt. They're probably my top 3 at the current moment. This album is fantastic, and I'm so happy that I found this at a vinyl store in Japan of all places. So, yeah, give this a listen. If you love your Earl Sweatshirt and you love your MF Doom, Mike is where it's at. Alright, up next we have, oh, If These Trees Could Talk. Another great fucking album. Yeah, so this is If These Trees Could Talk's The Boxes of a Dying World. I believe someone gave this to me while I was on tour during the Trash Taste US tour. Fucking amazing. Again, another great post-rock band. So give them a listen if you love your post-rock. What's next? We've got Oh, another vinyl that somebody sent me. This is Keiji Haino and Sumac. Have not given this a listen, but it looks pretty cool, so I will probably give this a listen eventually. Oh! And we have a 7-inch LP right here of American Football's Rare Symmetry and Fade Into You. This is a single that they released, which I thought for sure was going to be included in like an album or something. Maybe it will be if American Football decides to make LP4. You know, maybe these tracks will be on it. But I bought this when I went to go see them live earlier this year, and you know, I had to grab it because when are you ever going to find this? All right, what's next? Ooh, Janis Joplin Greatest Hits. I believe someone also gave this to me as a gift, but it's got all my favorite Janis Joplin songs on it. Cry Baby is probably my favorite Janis Joplin song, so let's spice things up with a little classic. And speaking of American Football, I also bought this at the concert. This is not American Football. This is Owen, which is Mike Kinsella, the lead singer of American Football's solo project. This is At Home with Owen, easily my favorite Owen album, and I'm really glad I managed to finally get it on vinyl because this album is dope. Sigaros, parentheses. I think at this point now I have almost all the Sigaros albums. I'm probably missing a couple more, but this album is also gorgeous. Sung entirely in a made-up language, apparently, so that's kind of cool. What do we have here? Oh, this is Fear Inoculum, I think? Yeah, I think this is Fear Inoculum. This is like the special triple vinyl of Fear Inoculum, which is Tool's latest album, which was kind of mixed apparently when it came to like reception, but I really fucking love this album. Unfortunately, it's not like the original album cover, but I guess this is like a special vinyl album cover, which I like. And again, it's a triple album, so it spreads out across 3 like that. So that's pretty cool. Hell yeah. This is kind of like a collector's item for me, but great album if you love Tool. Oh, another hip-hop album. This is A Tribe Called Quest's. We got it from here, Thank You For Your Service, which is the final Tribe Called Quest album before they eventually broke up, like officially. But this album, oh, it's so good. And I wonder if I can find the other... I mean, I'll find the other one, but I also have the Low End Theory, which is their first album, so that's 2 Tribe Called Quest albums. This album is dope. We have another Yes album, Going For The One, which is not my personal favorite Yes album, but the final track on this, which is Awaken, is easily my favorite Yes song ever made. Again, an absolute spiritual awakening level song, so this album is also fantastic. Give this a listen too. What do we have next? Oh, there we go. I was mentioning way earlier in the video, Dead Kennedys. This is Fresh Fruit for Rotting Vegetables, their debut album. Fucking awesome. Some of the best hardcore punk stuff is on here. You know, Holiday in Cambodia is their most famous song, which is great. California Uber Alice as well, also great. Kill the Poor, really good as well. Yeah, classic hardcore punk. Give that a listen. Alright, oh, another Earl Sweatshirt album. This one is Feet of Clay, which is definitely not a fan favorite. Let's say that. I unfortunately don't have Doris or I Hate Shit. What was his second album? I Hate Shit. I Don't Like Going Outside, I think is the second album. This is the 4th album, I believe, by Earl Sweatshirt. Again, not a fan favorite, but I liked it enough to get it on vinyl, so here it is. Ooh, Tune Yards, Who Kill. This is a really interesting art rock album that I found when I was in high school. These guys are really cool. Really unique art rock. So if you wanted something a little bit more different from your like art pop kind of stuff, I guess art pop is closer than art rock, yeah. I'd say art pop and experimental pop. This is a really good album. Give that a listen. Oh, look at that. Paranoid by Black Sabbath. Arguably a fan favorite. Black Sabbath album, also my personal favorite as well. You can't not like this. Oh, and The Cure's debut album, Three Imaginary Boys. This is also, I prefer 17 Seconds, but this is definitely a close second favorite when it comes to the Cure discography. Oh, and I haven't actually opened this one yet, but here is another Radiohead album. This is Amnesiac. Again, another contentious album. Not a lot of people... I mean, a lot of people like this album. A lot of people don't like this album. I personally really like it. And yeah, just Radiohead's dope. I don't know what else there is to say. Oh, and another one I should probably open. The Doors, self-titled. My dad is a huge fan of The Doors. I had to pick this up on vinyl because it was only 2,700 yen as well for this repressing, I believe. Yeah, I think this is a repressing. But yeah, some of the coolest 60s and 70s rock. Listen to this album. Jim Morrison, absolute legend, rest in peace. Another fan favorite of mine, Nick Drake's Pink Moon, one of the most beautiful folk albums ever created. Also another contender for coolest album cover. Me and my sister really vibe to this album. So if you want to listen to some of the most raw, heart-wrenching folk music, give that a listen. Alright, what do we got? Oh! As I was mentioning, Uriah Heep. I called it The Wizard. No, it's Demons and Wizards, excuse me. I believe The Wizard is the first track off of this album. But this is my personal favorite Uriah Heep album. Yeah, it's just really cool. I should actually give this album another listen. I haven't listened to this album in a really long time. But this is the album that basically got me onto Uriah Heep. And speaking of albums that me and my dad vibed with growing up, Devo's Freedom of Choice. You guys know the song Whip It? I believe that's off this album. Yep, it's the third song off this album. You need to give... As much as Whip It is a cool, fun, novel song, Devo, I feel, is heavily slept on. Like, their discography, heavily fucking slept on. There's another album by them, which is somewhere in this collection, I'm sure. Or maybe it's not. Maybe it's one that I really want. It's their first album, their debut album. So fucking sick. This and their debut album, so good. Back to front. Really cool. So, yeah. This is dope. Freedom of Choice by Devo. I have another Nevermind the Bollocks. This is what happens when I don't sort out my vinyl collection. I accidentally buy two of the same vinyl. So I have a lot of vinyls I need to give away to friends later. What's next? Oh, The Who. Who's next? Some of the most... I'd say this is probably their most, like, instantly recognizable albums. Probably their most famous album. Because it has all of the best, like, big hits. You know, Baba O'Reilly is on this. Behind Blue Eyes is on this. Won't Get Fooled Again, which is my personal favorite Who song of all time. Yeah, great album. Oh, look at this. I was about to say Adam. Fucking hell. Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band by the Beatles. I don't know if you've ever heard of them before, but they were pretty big back in the day. And I believe this is the last Yes album that I have, Tales from Topographic Oceans. I think this album is like, again, just like one of those mammoth albums where there's like 4 songs, but each song is like 20 minutes long or something. Not my favorite Yes album, but solid prog album. Oh, and there you go. There's White Stripes' Elephant album. Easily their best album in my opinion. You know, Seven Nation Army is on this album. I'm sure you all have heard of that bass line before. But Black Math, God, so many fucking amazing songs on this. Ball and Biscuit, Hardest Button to Button, Girl, You Have No Faith in Medicine. So good. Solid album. Fuck. You know, this is the problem with doing a video like this. It just makes me want to listen to all these albums again. Good thing is that I can, because it's part of my collection. Oh, and look at this. Jethro Tull. A Passion Play. Definitely not as, like, well-known as Thick as a Brick that I showed earlier, but just as good. I believe this was their follow-up album to Thick as a Brick. Again, has one giant 45-minute song, and it's basically a concept album about, like, the afterlife and how, like, life is a play, you know, that whole saying. Imagine if someone took that saying and made a 45-minute prog album, art rock album around it. That's this. Oh, classic. Iggy and the Stooges. Funhouse. Definitely the best Stooges album. As much as I love their self-title, which unfortunately I do not have on vinyl, this album is dope. Iggy Pop, before he went solo, was in a band called the Stooges, and this album is sick as hell. And speaking of Iggy Pop, we have the Trainspotting soundtrack, which is a fantastic movie that I highly recommend. Also has an amazing fucking soundtrack. You know, we've got Lust for Life by Iggy Pop, we got Brian Eno, Primal Scream, New Order, Blur is on this, Lou Reed is on this. There's just so many good fucking artists on this album, and amazing movie as well. Give this movie a watch and listen to the soundtrack. Oh, hell yeah. let's take this out of the plastic later. System of a Down's Toxicity. Easily the best System of a Down album. Next to, in my opinion, probably maybe their self-titled is also really good. Still, this album is also really good. Personal favorite is definitely Toxicity though. This has got Chop Suey on it, as well as a bunch of other amazing, amazing nu metal songs. So, hell yeah to this album. Oh, and I'm just going to cover this part of the album. But you all know this one. This is Nevermind by Nirvana. It's Nevermind by Nirvana. You know Smells Like Teen Spirit? That's this album. If you never listened to it, what are you doing? Another Radiohead album, In Rainbows. My personal favorite Radiohead album. As much as OK Computer is dope, and Kid A is dope, this is the Radiohead album to listen to. What is this one here? Oh, I think Aki actually bought this one. This is My Chemical Romance's Danger Days. Look, I'm probably going to upset a lot of people watching this video. I'm personally not a huge fan of My Chemical Romance. Never was. Black Parade is pretty good though. That album is actually pretty dope. Even the hardest My Chemical Romance haters can admit that that album goes hard as fuck. There are other albums though, not too sure about. I think I'm just holding on to this one because Aki obviously does not have a vinyl player and I do, so I will put this in here. But yeah, I should probably give this album a spin actually, because there might actually be some good songs on this. Oh yeah, Na 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 is on this album. Okay, I know that song and that's a pretty good song. So yeah, there you go. Maybe, this album's alright. Oh, and I have another copy of Velvet Underground and Nico. Why do I keep doing this, dude? God damn it. Oh, and here we go. My favorite Rolling Stones album, Some Girls. Now, a lot of people will be like, yo, Joey, that's your favorite Rolling Stones album? What the fuck? It's not Let It Bleed? Yeah, I kind of am slightly biased towards this album. This album is just... I grew up with this album with my dad, so... This and probably Emotional Rescue are probably two of my favorite Rolling Stones albums. I don't think I have Emotional Rescue on vinyl, so that's definitely another one that I need someone to get for me. Wink, wink. Haha. Oh, and again, this is definitely part of Aki's collection. Because this is Utada Hikaru's Face My Fears, which is, you know, as you can see on the title, the Kingdom Hearts song. But to be fair, though, the Face My Fears is actually a sick as fuck song, especially because it's, you know, it's the Utada Hikaru and Skrillex remix, which is fucking sick. So yeah, I actually fuck with this song a lot. Oh, and this one, that is the one that my friend gave to me, but arguably is an amazing vinyl. Rick Astley. Whenever You Need Somebody. This is the album that has, of course, Never Gonna Give You Up. But I'm telling you, boys, as much as the meme of that song is, and as much as a Rickroll as this was, without a lick of irony, this album is fantastic. Like, I actually gave this a spin, you know, kind of like as a joke, because my friend gave it to me as a joke, but actually listening through this album is dope. This is really, really good. The Together Forever is a really fucking good song off this album, so do not take this as a Rickroll. I'm being serious. This album is actually good. Oh, and here we go. Self-titled Offspring album. Give that a listen if you love The Offspring. This album is fucking great. This was back when there was still like a proper punk band. You know, when people think of Offspring, they think of Pretty Fly for a White Guy. Don't, because that album is actually trash, and if you like that song, then you just don't like music. If you actually want to listen to some like good Offspring, as much as, you know, I was recommending Smash earlier, the self-titled Offspring album is where it's at. Oh, we got another soundtrack here. This one is from Nazca of the Valley of the Wind. I don't even remember getting this, but I'm glad I do. Oh, and this is definitely another one of Aki's collection, because this is an Utada Hikaru album, Hatsukoi. Which, you know, looking at this track list, I should probably give this a spin. Oh, and there's even a little booklet that it comes with as well. Yeah, you know what? I'll give this a listen, because I do actually like a lot of Utada Hikaru's stuff. I just don't think I've given it a proper listen. Alright, oh, there you go. Welcome to the Black Parade by My Chemical Romance. Or I guess just Black Parade by My Chemical Romance. This is, I guess, like a vinyl special cover that I'm sure Aki bought. So yeah, but this, again, as much as I'm not a huge fan of My Chemical Romance, this album is dope. Oh, and Gorillaz. This is the self-titled Gorillaz debut. Really, really good. Probably up there with me when it comes to Demon Days and this one, because this has got like Clint Eastwood is on this. 192000 is on this. Yeah, just so many really fucking good songs. Tomorrow Comes Today, really dope. Yeah, so if you love songs like Feel Good Inc. and all those songs, this album is dope too. Oh, and we've got more Fully Cooley. This is from Fully Cooley Progressive and Fully Cooley Alternate, which is the sequel, the spiritual successor to Fully Cooley, which admittedly I didn't really like all that much in terms of the anime, but the music is just as good as the original because it's just a bunch of new Pillow songs. So, who can hate that? Oh, and speaking of soundtracks, I also have the vinyl soundtrack to Promare, the Trigger movie. I don't even remember getting this, but there you go. We're approaching the end of the box, and here's another one of Aki's vinyl collection. This is a Gerard Way solo project, Hesitant Alien, which, you know, a lot of MCR fans will dismiss Gerard Way's, like, solo stuff, but I think it's just as good as a bunch of MCR stuff, so, yeah. Give this one a listen if you're interested. Okay, we are approaching the end. I'd say only a couple more to go and we are completely done with this. But let's start off with a recent, probably my recent favorite vinyl to spin. We've got this album right here, which I bought while I was on tour for Trash Taste in Europe, and I bought this at a record store somewhere in London, and I have no idea who this artist is. I have no idea what the name of this artist is because it's all in Chinese, but I instantly fell in love with this album cover. I saw it on the shelf and I'm like, I don't know what the fuck that is, but that looks dope. I bought it just purely from the album cover, and I'm glad I did because this album is awesome. It's so cool. It's just really nice ambient music. And if someone can read Chinese, please tell me who this artist is, because I need more of their stuff. And it was like kind of a fateful encounter that I managed to find this album. So yeah, such a cool album cover, really cool album as well. So if anyone can tell me who this artist is, that would be much appreciated. Thank you. And here's the problem, I don't know where to put this in terms of alphabetical order because I don't know who this artist is. So I'll probably just put it, you know what, I'll put it right at the front. I'll treat this like it's a number before A. Another album that I picked up today, actually, as of me recording this video, is Toes, the book, or About My Idle Plot on a Vague Anxiety. This is the debut album by Japanese post-rock band Toe, who I've gone to see 3 times in Japan. It's the most I've gone to see a single band, and this album is sick as fuck. This is like a very limited pressing that I managed to grab. It was kind of expensive, but this album is really, really cool, so I'm probably gonna give this a spin tonight or tomorrow. But yeah, hell yeah, Toe. I need to get their other albums on vinyl if they have it. This is another one that a fan gave to me on tour, I believe. This is We Lost the Sea's Departure Songs, another fantastic, I believe, American post-rock band. Double album, really, really beautiful inner art, really, really beautiful album cover, great LP. So again, if you love your post-rock, I love my post-rock, so give that a listen if you're interested in your post-rock. Wow, only in my vinyl collection is We Lost the Sea, a beautiful post-rock album, sandwiched between Weezer's Blue Album and the White Stripes. Classic! MF Doom and Mad Libs, Mad Villainy as Mad Villain, or Mad Villain as Mad Villainy. This is one of the greatest hip-hop albums ever created, and I'm so glad I have this on vinyl, because this album is dope. Give it a listen if you haven't. If you love your hip-hop and you've never listened to this album, do it, because it's sick as fuck. Or also another personal favorite of mine that I'm really glad I have on vinyl. This is Car Seat Headrest's Twin Fantasy. A beautiful, beautiful alt-rock album that I'm really glad I managed to find, because this is an awesome album. Also, What a cool album cover. I know it's like really simple and kind of weird, but I really fucking love this album cover for whatever reason. And this album is easily my favorite Car Seat Headrest album. I know Teens of Denial is also a fan favorite, and I love that album, don't get me wrong, but I personally prefer this one. Oh, and looks like I have another, this time sealed copy of Sigur Rós' Tark album. God, I can't imagine how much money I've wasted accidentally buying dupes. This is also another new edition. Aphex Twins, Selected Ambient Works 85 to 92. This is the debut album by legendary electronic composer Aphex Twin. I've recently got back into kind of an Aphex Twin binge, and I really want to buy his other albums on vinyl, so if you guys can find me his other albums on vinyl, that would be very much appreciated. Oh, and here's another dupe. Sealed copy of Pink Floyd's Wish You Were Here. Okay, we have 5 more LPs to go. Well, technically 4 LPs, and this 4 LP collection of Sakamoto Ryuichi's opus, which is, I guess, like a best of collection of legendary YMO composers, Sakamoto Ryuichi, who recently passed away, and I actually picked this up at a Sakamoto Ryuichi art exhibit that Aki and I went to a couple of months ago with a friend of ours, and they were selling this 4 LP selection of like his best works. And I freaking love Sakamoto Ryuichi, and I've never seen this being sold anywhere else before. I think this is like quite limited, so my collector instinct kicked in and was like, get it! And I did. Shit was expensive, but definitely worth it. Next one is Machine Girls EP Super Freak. This one was actually sent to me by a friend of mine, who I'm not going to get into too many details of, but Machine Girl is a fantastic electronic duo, and this EP goes hard as fuck. Also, such a cool album cover. Hell yeah to Machine Girl. Give more love to Machine Girl. They deserve all the love. Okay, third to last album. The Promise Rings. Nothing Feels Good. Absolutely classic Midwest emo band. It's kind of similar to American Football if you love them. This is a great freaking album. Give it a listen. Just solid Midwest emo. A little bit higher intensity than, say, American Football, but just as good. And we've got, second to last album, we have One Last Kiss by Utada Hikaru, which is, as you can see from the cover of this, was the track that played during Evangelion 4.0. Or sorry, 3.0 plus 1.0, if you're being pedantic about that kind of stuff. I bought this at a record store around the time that the movie came out, and I loved the song so much that I had to get the single for it. And final vinyl. We are at the end. The final vinyl that I have that I would like to show you guys is... You saw this coming, come on now. It's the Trash Taste 5-year anniversary vinyl. Yeah, that's right. I love vinyl so much, as you can tell from this video, that I decided, fuck it. For Trash Taste, let's make a special vinyl. And we did exactly that. The side A has the pilot episode, and the side B has a special message for all of you guys who are fans of Trash Taste. That we would like to send to you guys. And if you are watching this video before the 20th of June 2025, then this is still available for pre-order if you go to trashtaste.shop. If you're watching this video after the 20th of June 2025, unfortunately it is no longer available. But if it is after that date, I hope you bought this, because it's really dope and we are very proud of it, and the art is really cool, and it's just really sick to know that we have our own vinyl in one way or another. Reject modernity and embrace listening to a podcast on vinyl. But yeah, there you go, guys. That's my entire record collection, and I actually managed to, as you can see, sort everything out in alphabetical order, and it turns out I have a lot more space than I thought I did. I think, though, since I have a bunch of the soundtrack stuff that I also need to put in here, I'm probably gonna like separate that into like a different thing. But yeah, I thought I had run out of space for vinyls. Turns out I don't. I just suck at organizing them. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know about any of the vinyls that you were curious about, and if you have any vinyl suggestions, please leave them down in the comments below. If you're watching this video after the what's the date today? The 10th of June 2025, most likely I have added to this vinyl collection in one way or another. I'm sure I'll let you guys know over on like my Instagram stories or whatever. So feel free to follow me there. And this was definitely the longest video I've ever uploaded onto the Joey Bissinger channel, but I hope you guys enjoyed, and thanks for watching. And if you'd like to send me vinyls, feel free to do so. I put the PO box shipping link, things like that you guys can send me stuff to, and I'll definitely shout you out over on Instagram and stuff like that. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I'm really regretting and dreading editing this video, but I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.